All right, so this is a priority request sent in by Josh Carlos. So thank you very much for that priority request. So this is Mark Martel covering Frank Sinatra's My Way. Go ahead and check it out. Here we go.
Well, here's a song I like. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exception. I planned each
There's a bit of bounce to it. I kind of like that.
Each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way.
Definitely a solid rendition of this song. It's really interesting because Frank Sinatra did this with like a big orchestra, like a big band style. Like he had all these different instruments happening, and so it's really interesting to hear this song on piano, and I think there's a little bit of synth sound happening as well. And so it's a really like interesting like viewpoint to hear it from like this perspective, and I definitely like it. I don't know, there's something about it that kind of just is definitely a lot fuller. So this is slightly more stripped down, maybe a little bit, and I feel like maybe both of them have energy in different ways. I think it's kind of just how he's playing this song, like with his voice, and like how like the beats per minute are happening through this. He's kind of like got this bounce happening through it, which I definitely like. And so it's kind of like a more kind of uplifting. I feel like it's a little bit more uplifting of a sound. And his vocals are very clean as well. Like there's a little bit of power behind it, especially when he was like doing the build up, you know, because the song slightly builds up and then it drops back down and then it builds up again. So like when we're building up, he's adding more of that power. He's raising his vocals as well, which I think is nice. Also, because this, like, I don't know when Frank Sinatra did this song. I know it was like a long, long time ago, but his microphone, it also has this like vintage look to it. And like it kind of just has this like 50s kind of like vintage style, I guess. You know, kind of like the cars that they had back then. It kind of looks like that. Kind of has that style. So I think that's like a nice touch as well. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this rendition. Like it's fantastic. Also, I love his shirt. You know, he's got the cats on there, and it looks like they're counting in German, I believe. And it's like 1, 2, 3, fear. You know, I definitely like that. It's nice to hear this sung by someone with fewer mob connections. I feel like, yeah, maybe he had, you know, I don't really know. You know, I haven't really looked into the whole Frank Sinatra life outside of music itself, so I can't really speak on that, you know, I'll be honest. Mark did a studio version of this. This is just a one-take version. Gotcha. Yeah, because it said there's like an audio from 7 years ago. I don't know if there's like a video that goes along with it. It just says full audio. So it's cool that he's revisiting a song from, you know, years and years ago. I definitely like that as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out the rest of this. Here we go.
And I stood tall and did it my laughed and cried. I've had my fill.
I like how he's playing the piano in this part. He's just adding more and more notes.
And now, as tears subside, well, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows, and through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all,
Okay.
and I stood tall and did it my way.
It was a really cool transition. I definitely like that. So there was a part closer to the end. I don't think I heard that in Frank Sinatra's version. So I don't know. I mean, it could have been. I don't know, because I've only ever heard the one rendition of it from Frank Sinatra. But if he did, like, he added a little bit more, I think that's really cool. Like, he kind of put a spin on it. And I definitely like that. And he also didn't end it the same way that Frank Sinatra does. So, like, I think he changed it up a little bit. I could be wrong, but from my experience, he changed it up a little bit. We'll go with that. I think that probably works a little bit better. But yeah, I definitely like that. There's some, like, different aspects to Mark's rendition that are, I think, work really well here. And, like, there was times when, yeah, like, he's adding more and more notes, like, while he's playing, and I definitely like that. It's really cool. Like, he didn't go over the top or anything with his vocals. I think he did a nice balance with his vocals. I thought that was great. And yeah, I mean, just everything that he did here, I thought was fantastic. The moments where he cut out the piano just for brief instances, I thought was a nice touch. And at the end, he held the vocal note as well, which was awesome. But yeah, this is a fantastic performance. I definitely enjoyed that one. I actually don't like the studio version. There's a weird electronic effect on his voice at the beginning, which ruins it for me. Oh, okay. I wonder if that's just something that happened during editing and he couldn't go back and fix it or something, or maybe, I don't know. There's so many things that could happen that would cause that to happen. Who knows? Is Mark the guy who does a lot of Queen covers? Yeah, he is. He does a lot of Queen covers, and he's part of the Queen Extravaganza group as well. Yeah, this version I like more. I know it was a deliberate electronic effect. Oh, interesting. Okay. But yeah, that was a fantastic cover. Definitely liked that.